Welcome back to CryptoGains for another video. In this video, I want to show you a powerful indicator, one that can seriously guide you on your crypto journey, especially if you're investing in Bitcoin. If this is sounding interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Let's dive into this. This was shared by another YouTuber called Crypto Crew University. When I first got into crypto, he was one of the first people that I watched. Powerful. Please go check him out. Shout out to Crypto Crew if you're watching. And he shared this indicator. Get it out. My words. The indicator called RCI 3 lines. What is it? Well, in short, it says the rank correlation index indicator uses a combination of price change data and time change data to identify potential changes in the market sentiment, thereby exposing turning points, right? Or trends. So when you look at it, it probably looks absolutely confusing. I'm going to turn off the RSI at the bottom so you don't get confused. We are simply looking at these 3 lines, the red line, the blue line, and the green line. And I've put these little smiley faces to sort of know when times are good and times are bad. And I'm going to explain everything. I've got money bags here. I've got warning signs here because I just want to really break down this, because once you understand this, it is so damn powerful. I'm using it on the monthly time frame. If you want to get this up, you can go onto indicators, tradingview.com indicators. You just search RCI 3 lines, and it's right there. Boom, I've starred it so you can see it, right? It says here by Gero, Gero, right? So let's talk about this. Plain, short, and simple, because it looks complicated. But the simplest way to do this is to start off with each line. Focus on the red line. When the red line has been up, we've been going up, we've seen prices go up. When the red line comes down, we see prices fall down. It's really that simple, right? With the red line. When prices go up, we're seeing because look, if you measure it up to, if you come right back to, where's this? This is 2014 cycle. Look, red line goes down. You see, and then we're going for a bear market. Notice how we have these lines. We've got this grey dotted lines right here. One grey dotted line at the top, one grey dotted line at the bottom. When this red, let me just bring this up a little bit. Hold on. When this red line pierces through this right here, let me get rid of this little yellow line. That's going to confuse people. When this red line pierces through this bottom dotted line, and we're underneath, this is the star buy. This is the buy of a lifetime. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I don't care. Sell your house, sell your wife kind of thing. Obviously, you don't need to sell your wife. I'm just saying. It's a saying. This is the star buy of an opportunity. If you buy when this red line pierces under here, you are buying like an absolute boss. Because when you wait patiently for this red line to come up again and pierce these dotted lines, come straight through these dotted lines, the longer it hovers above these white dotted lines, I call them red dotted lines, this red line hovers above these white dotted lines, you're going to see some serious rally. Because that's basically what we're seeing here. We see the red line come up, it hovers above the dotted lines, and you're seeing what's happening to the price, right? So you kind of get an understanding of why I'm showing you this red line. Now let's talk about the others. Let's focus on the blue line. So when the red line comes up, notice how this blue line is coming down. Essentially, red line's coming up, we've crossed the blue line, which essentially that sort of confirms to us that, if you didn't buy down here when the red was underneath these little dotted lines, and the red line's coming up now, you've missed the bottom. Especially if it crosses the blue line, it's likely that you've just missed the bottom because the rally's beginning. We're starting to go on something crazy. You can see it in the price above. So it comes up, crosses the blue line. Where's this blue line going to be when it finally crosses the green line, though? That's the important part. So if you measure up where it's crossing with the red's crossing with the green, you can see down here the blue line has a number of 33. And I've just done this line here to measure up so you can see 33. So what am I getting at? This is a great signal because the lower the blue line is, when this red line's coming up to cross the green line, you're going to have a serious, fierce impact on this market upwards, depending on how much lower this is. When you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean? I'm confused. Okay, well, let's take a look at the next cycle, 2018 cycle. You can see the price here. Take a look at the price. Look, we came up, rallied down, just like what I told you before. The red lines come down. Look, we saw the red line come underneath this dotted line. We saw the buy of an opportunity. That's your money bag sign. Buy anywhere here. It doesn't matter. You're going to make absolute insane gains when this rallies, you know, right underneath. This is where it pierced through. Now take a look at where we are on this indicator here. The red line's coming up. Just like what it did in the past, the red line came up, it crossed the blue line here, and then it crossed the green line up here. But notice, when it crossed the green line, look at where the blue line was in this instance. And I'm going to draw another line. You can see a big difference. So the first one was at 33. This one was at a 65. It shows how weak the market was, the trend, the reversal, shows how weak the trend was coming this time around, because the blue was quite high up. We need the blue to be low down here in order for it to sort of curve around later on and start coming up and going crazy, right? So this was the first thing that I noticed, and this is why I put a sad face. I was sad because this time around the blue line was just too high. When it got to that, when the red and the green crossed, it was at a 65, a bit too high. Whereas this one was at a 33. So let's just quickly go back. I'm going to take these yellow dotted lines off now so you understand that I don't want to confuse you. I want to keep it clean. We understand those two things. So when the red lines come up, we found that this the red lines crossed the blue line and the green line. The blue line was about a 33. It was coming down low, which was nice, which gave a lot of room for this rally to spark and go crazy. Now we're focusing on this blue line, because at some point when this blue line comes down, it curves and it starts to come back up. And you can see here it's coming back up. Notice, when this blue line crosses the green line, I don't know, would you consider that more than halfway through a bull cycle? Anyway, I was really focusing on when it crosses the red line again, because when this blue line comes up and crosses the red line, that's a sign telling you that the market may be peaking out. And notice how when it crossed with the red line up here, this blue line, it came up, it crossed with the red line. Look at what happened to the market. Look, it peaks it right at the top up here. Powerful. So here's an example. If anyone was watching this indicator, this RCI 3 lines, and you were buying in the market, say about here, I'm just going to really zoom in on the price action, right? You was buying in up on the market here. You would have rode the price from here to here, which essentially would have given you, let's just do this to show you what I mean, right? Hold on, let me get this shift. You would have rode the market from here to up here. You would have made 290% profits on your Bitcoin. Then you would have seen a massive collapse in price for Bitcoin from here down to here. I say massive, a 40% drop. That's enough to shake people out and think the bull cycle's over. It's ended now. The bull cycle's over because we've just seen a massive 40% crash. It's likely it's going to fall more. But had you been watching this RCI 3 lines, you would have seen that, look, the blue line is right down here. We now know that it has to come up and cross with the red line for it to kind of say, okay, this is over, it's exhausted. You see what I'm saying? So this would have been a great indicator to say, actually, no, there's still more room to go. This is just a correction. There's more room to go because this blue line's coming up. And that's what we're waiting for, the cross of the blue line and the red line. So let's just quickly go back now on this and have a quick look at what's going on. Once you see this cross with the blue line and the red line, you see it tops out, and it's the same thing that I told you before. You now pay attention to the red line. The red line's coming down. We're looking for it to come and pierce underneath, get that buy of an opportunity, and then we're going to repeat this cycle again. So, like I said to you, this time around, when we saw prices come up, when we saw the red line come up, the blue line was just too high. It was at a 65 level. So where are we today, right? Let's just have a look. I highlighted this area here because this was sort of like the whole C19 look, because it didn't last long, this trend. It came up, came down, fell down. You can see C19 event happened. This is where we came down. Notice how it didn't give us the opportunity to come right down below these dotted lines. But if you use other indicators, you would have known that this C19 was a great time to buy. So look, we know when this goes up, prices are great. When it comes down, prices are going to fall down and sell. Essentially, you can say when it's up, if this is going to cross the blue line, that's a warning sign the top's topping out. If it crosses the green line, get out. Just get out. Go and get your stuff and go. That's what my mum would say. Go and get. Where's my mum? Mommy, what is it? Mommy, I think it's going down, mommy. Go and get your stuff and go. Okay, mommy, trust me. Take the stuff, sell it. Actually, no, hold on, got itchy nose. That's not financial advice, but with this, what we know to be in the past is that every time this red line crosses the blue line, it's topped, and when it's going to come down and touch this red line, it's piercing through these dotted lines. It's coming down, the red line's crossing the green line. Trying not to confuse you here. We can just see it. Just look at the video. When it's coming down, this is a sign that time to get out of the market. Wait for this fine opportunity right here to buy again. So look, came up, crossed the green line, crossed the blue line. That was a sign here that this red line's coming down. Time to get out and just wait patiently. And then obviously we saw the reverse. Came up. Look at the price action after C19 came up. We crossed the blue line. We crossed the green line. Where was we in this situation? When the red line was coming up, where did it cross the green line? Up here. And where was the blue line? What sort of marker level was the blue line when it crossed? So if you take a look, this was the cross of the green line and the red line. Look, red line comes up right here. And if you look down here, it was at a level of 20. The blue was right down low at a level of 21. That was a phenomenal sign. Notice when I said to you in the past, if it's down below 33 now, I'm looking for 33 or lower. If the blue line, when this RC3 line is coming down, when this red line's coming up, if it crosses the green line and the blue line's at 33 or lower, we're going to see a fierce rally in the future. Because it's giving this blue line so much time to curve around and then come back up. And whilst that blue line's coming up, it's bringing all the money in. It's bringing all the buy power. You best believe. So notice this. It was about 21, which is why we saw an insane rally in 2020, 2021. Because there was so much room for this blue line to come up and then finally cross the green and finally cross the red. So this one was a bit interesting because we had a double top. I feel like there was a lot of manipulation by big powers when this was happening. Because, if you notice this area now, when the blue line came up and crossed with the green line, I'll take the circle off so there's no confusion. I'll get rid of this now because we know it's a level 21. And you've got a smiley face here to say that's a good sign because it's blue, right? The blue's at a lower level, 25, 21, whatever you want to call it. When it came up, it crossed the green line here. Look at what the price action was. That's a warning sign to say, okay, look, we're getting close to coming up to, topping up at the market. Usually it's when it crosses with the red, but it crossed it was a delayed cross. Like, I don't know, maybe we can use this green line as a signal to say, look, gear up. Because look, if you notice here, the cross didn't happen with the blue and the red after. It was telling us at the dump, and we don't want this. We don't want to be selling at the dump. I'm not waiting for this indicator to tell me at the dump. So how do we know when to be selling? Because, if we wait for this cross, we're selling at the dump. We want to sell sort of here, these candles. And this is where the RSI comes into play. This is why you can't just have one indicator. You have to have more than one indicator. Because had we been watching the RSI, along with this, I'll draw a line like this. Look, a horizontal line. Horizontal? Vertical. Oh, no, done the wrong thing. You hold, what is it? ALT? Is it ALT? ALT and V? There you go. Because that shows different things. The RSI came up here. Look at the RSI. So I'll be paying attention to the RSI. The RSI is peaking up at here. The RSI, which is the bottom one, is starting to curve down slightly. You can see the blue line is starting to curve down. Look, you can see it right here, curving down. So I would have looked at the RSI and been like, okay, the RC3 lines has just crossed the green line. Price is going crazy. We're on this green candle up here at the very top of the market. This hasn't crossed the red line yet, this blue line, like it did in the past. It crossed up here and that marked the top. But I've got to look at where the RSI is because this is sort of peaking out, sort of levels of where the RSI was in the past. So I've got to say to myself, the RSI is high. Above 90 level. This has broken the green line, but it's not done the cross yet. Maybe I'll take some profits here. Maybe I'll take 60% of my profits here because of just what the RSI is saying. It's just overbought on the monthly time frame as well. That does not happen often. The last time you was overbought on a monthly time frame was 4 years ago, 2017, 5 years ago. No, 4 years ago, from that last cycle. You see, it doesn't go oversold often. It does not come up here often. And then back then, there's another 5 years from that. So I have to pay attention to the RSI on the monthly time frame to sort of guide me alongside this RCI 3 lines. So I would have sold profits when this topped out here. It would have given me a perfect sell signal on this candle, this green candle up here. You can see it. This blue vertical line measures up perfectly to this green candle here, and that's when I would have sold. So, you know, stick around, like and subscribe if you're new, because I'm going to be showing you this. These are the things you need to see. If you need to know when to be taking profits. Where are we today? Well, you can see here, I've got a smiley face. I was going to say green smiley face. I've got a smiley face. Why do I have this smiley face? Because we are looking similar to 2017 cycle. And I'm just going to show you the massive rally that we had in 2017. Massive rally. We're looking very similar. I got a smiley face here. When this red line came up and crossed the blue line, then the green line, when it crossed the green line, this was sitting at a 33. We are now crossing this green line, and look at where the blue level is. It's right down here. 11. What? 11. We're probably going to see one of the biggest flipping, and I'm saying flipping, we're going to see one of the biggest flipping rallies that you've ever seen in your lifetime. You thought 2017 was big. Watch what happens to this one, purely because of what I'm seeing. Unless this gets short-lived, which I don't think it's going to. I got a feeling this red line's going to come up, pierce through these dotted lines. You've got the dotted line here. It's going to hover above it, and it's going to wait patiently for this blue line to slowly come around and then come up. And then when you see that blue line cross with the red line, just like it's done in many times, I've got my warning signs here. Warning, warning, time to sell. That's when you're going to see crazy money. Trust me, you're going to make crazy money. You're going to see crazy money all through this period come in and make people insane gains. We've never seen it this low at the time of crossing this green line. So this is a healthy sign to tell you that something big is brewing. I don't know, like, is the US dollar going to collapse? Because something of this magnitude is something like a massive currency collapsing so damn big, where they have no choice but to pull it in somewhere to hold as a reserve, and that could be Bitcoin, where people panic. I need to secure my finances. I'm just putting it in Bitcoin. I'm just holding Bitcoin until this sort itself out. You know what I mean? Because I can't swear. I can sort itself out. I don't know. But pay attention to this, because I'm going to watch this like a damn hawk. And at some point, this is going to curve around, and then this is going to start to come up, the blue line. I'm going to draw it for you so you can see. This is going to do this at some point in the future. It's going to go like this, and then it's going to come up like this, just like that. And I'm going to make this blue. We're going to draw it. We're going to tell the story, guys, just like this, and make it thick as well, like that. Boom, thick, boom. So there's your blue. Let me delete that one. And then next time we're going to see, or not next, then we're going to see this red. Yeah, next. We're going to see this red come up and do something like this, and then hover above like this. You know what I mean? Just like, just hover above like this. And then it's going to cross and fall down like this. Make that red. Just trying to show you an insight, you know. And this green line doesn't do much, you know. It just kind of hovers like this. And you're just like, like this. You know, just does this all the time, you know. And then make that green. I got a feeling we're going to see something like this. That's what we're going to see in the future. And when we do, whether it's going to be that long, I don't know. It might be shorter. But we're going to see something like this. And I'm going to wait for this blue line to come up, kiss the green, touch the red. That's going to be my warning sign. When it's done that, boom, right there. I mean, I'm going to look at the RSI. This RSI is going to do... I'm practically putting it on the plate and showing you what's going to happen. This RSI is going to do something like this. I don't know. I'm just trying to, just do it like this. I promise you guys... It's going to look something like this. And it's all going to measure up. And when we see this RSI above a 90 level or close to it like this, and this is all like this, that's when I'm taking my profits. That's when I'm going to sell everything like an absolute boss. And if you're paying attention to this video and you do the exact same thing, you're going to make serious money. So stick around. We're going to watch this and we're going to see what happens in the future, but expect something like this to happen, okay? Guys, I'm going to leave it here. If this was helpful to you in any way at all, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Try to show you these videos, try to excite you and show you the realistic data, things that are really happening in this space. But just know that something big is brewing. Something really, really big is brewing. This is on the monthly time frame, guys, that we're looking at, which means that this here, again, this is one of the lowest entries that this blue has had. You know, when this red line's coming up to cross the green, 11. And we all know what happened in the past when it was that low. Well, 33 was low. We saw this massive rally. This was a 21. What is it? 21, 25? Can't remember. 21. Look at this massive rally. So, and on top of that, you can also see where we got rejected recently. At the time of recording this video, no, you're probably looking at it in the future now. It was rejected off this line here. Look, the 20-month moving average. This yellow line is a 20-month. It's powerful, and we just couldn't break above it. We simply couldn't break above it, and that's where we were. We just got rejected off there. But at some point, we're gonna break it, and when we do break it, expect fireworks to fly. And this is where you're gonna see some insane movements to come. And I'm gonna watch it all through this RCI free lines, guys. Become a Patreon. Links in the info section. Click it. Come over. Grab this tier. Don't miss out. Get in early. See these videos. It's powerful. And yeah, thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Let me get up here. There we go. Yeah. Cheers.